Hi, my name is Tanja Vos, and in this video I will present to you some lessons learned on technology transfer. We've learned these lessons while executing comparative case studies in the context of the SHIP project or the Innovation Alliance project. So let's first look what this project is about. Here on this picture you see the team of the project, of the Innovation Alliance project, which is an Erasmus Plus funded project. The aims of the projects are to build sustainable collaborative relationships between higher education institutes and SMEs and companies. So on the one hand, this will allow companies to boost their innovation capacity and competitiveness because they can adapt academic research results. And on the other hand, this will provide the higher education institutes with opportunities to multiply the outlets of their R&D results. So you can think of, for example, evaluate research results in real industrial environments or obtain feedback from industry as to the usefulness or usability of your research results, such that you can obtain industrial guidance onto where to continue heading with your research activities. Or you can even think of direct economic benefit through spin-offs of services. So, in the context of this project, what we have done, one of the objectives was to do a comparative study of different methodology for innovation transfer between higher education institutes and companies. And the reason was that for years the gap between academics and industry has been discussed, but it's actually never been closed. So why is that? What is so difficult about transferring academic results to industry? So we wanted to find this out by just doing it and seeing what makes companies happy and what makes universities happy and what makes them unhappy when we're doing innovation and technology transfer. So doing this enabled us to learn about existing obstacles that need to overcome when you really successfully want to transfer your research results from university to industry. So in this video, I'm going to talk about the results of this study. So let's briefly start explaining what we've done. So at my university, the Technical University in Valencia, we've got a research result that is called STIA. You see the logo here on the slide. It's a tool for automated testing of software applications. It's based actually on a very new testing technology that does not yet exist in commercial applications today, but as it has been developed at the university, it is an open source academic prototype. And still some PhD students are working on this tool to improve it and innovate the testing capacity that it has. So we have transferred this tool to 3 different companies in 3 different ways. We started with a highly collaborative transfer project where the university and the company were together in a development and testing project. And we would apply this TestStar tool in this project. And a PhD student was working on this project part-time for this company. So then in the other companies, we would decrease the involvement of higher education institute participation during the technology transfer. And this way we were trying to make companies learn and adopt the technology independently with a decreasing amount of involvement from the academics. And this way we could get feedback from them about how useful the tool actually is. So one of the companies was loosely connected to the university through a project collaboration on another topic, and the third company had actually no prior connection to the university. We just made contact with them, trying to persuade them to participate in this comparative study and the transferring of the TestStar technology to their company. So what have we learned? We have learned that yes, you can transfer your academic results to industry. But you really need to want to, and you really have to, as an academic, believe in your result or your tool that you want to transfer to the companies. So let's look a little bit more in detail on the things that we have learned and things that you have to take into account when you want to transfer your results to industry. So first of all, as academics, we need to accept that things are different. We have to worry less about our H index and more about technology transfer index to say. So just as a reminder, the H index is a metric that attempts to measure both the productivity and the citation impacts of publications of academics. And this is an index that is based on the set of publications that the scientists have that are mostly cited. And since academics are evaluated based on these metrics, they want to maximize this. So one of the things that we need to do if we want to make our results come to industry, we have to think a little bit less about our H index and worry a little bit more about how to transfer what we have done to industry such that it gets really useful. So another thing that we need to do when we want to transfer our results to companies is listen. Listen to what they need and ask, what do you need? Don't assume that we know what they need because we actually don't. We have to ask and really listen to what they say. Then another important thing to take into account is that you should not dwell on terminology. If you want to transfer your result to a company, the right terminology is what the company wants to use because otherwise they might not understand what your solution is all about. So don't dwell on terminology, accept that they use maybe some other terminology and just go with that. Use their terminology and be patient. If you need to explain something twice or 3 times, just do that. Then also deal with negativity and find out where it comes from. So another thing that we have learned is if you want to transfer your result to industry, make it easy. Help the companies to set it up and do this for free. Offer your help also for free, and if it's possible and if you have a tool, make it easy to be installed such that they can just install it and directly use it. Then also important is to put more effort in user interfaces and manuals. If you have an academic prototype and it is open source, this does not necessarily have to mean the same as a bad user interface and no manuals. Think about what you like to see if you download a new tool, install it, and you just want to see if it's any use to you. Then also be open. Make it open source, make it Creative Commons, and share. Don't be afraid that somebody will copy your results and will take them away and get rich from it. But be happy that somebody wants to take actually the time and effort to look at your code, for example, or look at your result. So be open and share. Then finally, go to the companies. Because if we at the university wait for them to come to us, it can be a very long wait. Because these companies are busy making money or they're trying to survive by making money. So they will not come to us. So if you want your results to be used at companies, go there and see if you can help them improve their business by using your research result. Then another thing you should do, go wild on social media. Make it known. Make your result known to everybody. And tweet, link, Facebook, like, share, and so on. Yeah, this will just not make your results more known, but it would also show to your contacts that it repeatedly passes by and they will start recognizing your result. Then be confident about your result. Be enthusiastic. You have a super result. The company needs it and this is what you want to transfer to them. And you are really going to help them improve. Then also, never miss out on an opportunity to talk about your tool. If you are talking with a company, in what setting whatsoever, talk about your tool, tell them that you have it and tell them that you will help them for free to set it up. And then hopefully you can use this experience to evaluate your tool and know where to head with your research activities. Also important, follow up with companies. Insist a bit. So because if you don't, they will not come to you because as I said before, they are busy. So offer your help and follow up. Call them, email them and ask them how they're doing with your tool and if there's anything you can help them with. Then also deal with negativity and resistance. If you believe in your tool and you think it's actually a really good result and the company can really benefit from it, try to find out what the real reason is for the negativity. We actually found out that this negativity normally does not come from the fact that they think your result is not good for them. It's just because they don't have time to look at it. Or the management does not give them the opportunity to look at this because they got them overwhelmed with other tasks. So they get negative towards your result just because they didn't have the time to look at it. So find this out and don't directly think that your tool is not good for industry. Then finally, Let others do it for you. Involve others. There's lots of companies out there that provide services. For example, for our TestStar tool, there's lots of companies that provide software testing services. So they can actually help us presenting our solution to their clients, and they can even maybe benefit from it themselves. So these are a little bit the lessons that we have learned from our comparative studies in doing technology transfer from universities to companies. So if you have any questions, contact us. Here are the contact details. We can answer anything that you would want.